Okay, so I mentioned it before, but the Escape the Room series.
Yeah, Zero Escape, right? That's what you mean? Like
Yeah,
live
Virtue's Last
edition?
Reward.
Yeah, it's a great game.
I haven't played Zero Escape. I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay. No,
But the
I know what you're
real
talking
world, like real world Escape the Room series, I did Volume 2 of it last week.
about. Okay.
And I actually found out there's two different types of Escape the Room series. There's Escape the Room, and there's the Escape series, I believe.
Sounds similar, but what?
Similar, however, so Escape the Room, there's only two of them, I believe. There's Escape the Mysterious Room, and then there's Escape the Room 2, like time travel, which is the one I did.
Wait, what? Time travel?
Yeah. And then the
Okay.
Escape series is a larger version, more complex one, whereas the stuff where they've like rented out a ship that you have to escape the ship, and I found out they rented out a bank, and it was Escape the Bank.
Okay.
And they have one coming up in Los Angeles next month where it's Escape the Haunted Ship, and apparently there's this huge tourist attraction haunted ship thing down there, like it's a gigantic ship that they're going to be using.
Ships sound like a great setting for that.
I think
Apparently,
the bank one, but the bank one apparently had like 100 people in it, and they broke everyone up into teams of like 6 to try and escape.
Do they like pit them against each other? Like only one team can escape, and it
I don't
is
know.
basically
I don't
Zero
think so.
Escape.
I think it's just like, yeah, race everybody who can get out if you
Oh,
can.
okay. It's not like betrayal. Ooh.
apparently
I got
that's also in
points.
Vancouver now, from what I've heard.
Is it in Vancouver? Okay, I knew it was in Seattle.
So
Apparently
this
it's now
trend is-
branching out into Canada.
Cool.
Now, if you
They're-
talk too explicitly about the puzzles you solved, it ruins it for any people. Who
right,
haven't seen
so I don't
it,
want
right?
to tell
So-
you too much about it. I want to say
Right.
I had a lot of fun.
Okay.
The time travel
How many-
one was definitely cool.
Like, was it a team? Like, how many people were in your team?
There was 11 of us.
Okay.
You get an hour to try and escape. We failed. We made it to the last step before time ran out.
Oh, okay.
However, I don't think we would have gotten the answer to the last step, because afterwards they kind of run through like, hey, so now we'll explain kind of what you did and what you kind of would have needed to do for the rest of it. And they explained the last step, and I was just like, that's crazy.
Like, was it like some larger puzzle kind of idea, or just? And it would kind of spoil it.
You know, I really don't want to say. What
Was it like? Okay, I guess it would just be like, did they point out all the things you missed along the way, kind of thing, or?
Well, no, because in order to proceed, you can't have missed stuff.
Okay, so it's just you're in a room, solve the puzzles, and you can escape. I guess
Yeah, and you have
whatever.
to.
That's all spoilery. How was it just meeting 10 people that way? Like, was that kind of cool?
It was fine. For the most part, you weren't really meeting them. It was more just like, they do a brief introduction. Have you ever done one of these before and stuff? And then they kind of, they put you in the room and they say go. And then it's just at that point, everyone kind of splits up a bit and starts doing their thing. And then sometimes you'll be like, oh, you're working on this one? Okay, I'll come over and, we'll talk about how to do this one and whatnot, or yada, yada, yada.
Okay, and it's like an hour, you said, or was it longer?
I believe you get an hour, yeah. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it was an hour, yeah.
Okay. Well,
But yeah, no, we failed. I mean, you get to take a picture at the end and hold up a sign that was like, we suck, or almost, or darn. The lady explained that they aim for a 10% success rate.
okay. So
That's
it's
pretty
a challenge
low.
for
Well, that's
everybody.
good, because you wouldn't want it to be too easy. Like, I'm almost glad we failed. Like, what I really loved is it was after the last, when we got to 15 minutes, it was like, crap, we have to, start moving faster, and we started, running and whatnot.
Mhm.
And then it keeps counting down, 10 minutes left, 5 minutes left, and I'm like, if we finish this with, 2 minutes to spare, that's good. That's, perfect. That would be the most ideal scenario I can think of. Because if you just go in there and complete it, and it wasn't hard, that's a waste of $30.
So this is like a
Or
genuine...
if you just go in there and you don't even pass the second step in an hour, that's just frustrating.
So it has to feel like close calls. And
I think that makes it the most climactic and dramatic, and I think that would be the best. So the fact that we got to the final step and then failed, I'm really happy that I had that kind of narrative arc.
Cool. So I don't know if it's in your town. Check it out.
I'd recommend it. It was $30, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might do it again, do Volume 1, The Mysterious Room, and see what that's about at some point.
Do you know how long it's there for? Is it kind of like a museum exhibit or something where it's there for a couple months? And
No,
then
I think it's
gone?
there for a long time. It's I know it's been here for months and stuff. So.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then they're planning ones a month in advance, so I think it's pretty set here.
So if you're heading down to California, maybe you put it on your calendar.
Yeah, like I said, they have the big ship one in Los Angeles. I don't think I'm going to go do that one.
Okay.
But I might do the Mysterious Room one, which, So it was a ton of fun. I'm trying to think of anything else I can bring up about it or talk about too much.
Without kind of ruining some of it. Look, I guess, what kind of breakdown of people? Was it all ages? Was it mostly young video game dorks? What was the demographic?
I don't know if they were video game dorks. Like I said, we didn't really chat too much.
Right.
So
it's guys, I played a game like this.
Of the scenario, it was, but in terms of age group, it was all mid-20s.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's fun. Like I said, if it's around your town, I definitely recommend it. I hear Seattle has a werewolf-themed one, which sounds cool. But it's lighthearted, it's goofy, and it's a really interesting thing. And it sucks that I can't mention it, but mentioning it would ruin it entirely. So. Right.
So just know it's cool and puzzling.
It seems like a fantastic thing to do, just as a social activity. You and some buddies go do this. That would be super fun, and then you can chat with them about it later and whatnot.
I guess, how elaborate was it? Could this be a thing some friends could make, or do they have a budget, kind of,
They definitely have a budget, but I would say it's more of a prop budget. I would not say it was super elaborate.
Okay. So, hey, if you want to be an enterprising young individual, maybe you could make a puzzle room for someone in your town. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Maybe. But, okay, sounds neat. I mean, I'm envious, I guess, that there's nothing like that here, but that's cool. Yeah. What's it called? What's, the exact specific name?
Let me grab the little card. Hang on.
Escape game or something like that?
San Fran Escape Plan.
Zero Escape. The escape of the escaping.
Yeah.
So the series is called Real Escape Game. It's from Japan. It's originally a Japanese thing.
Okay.
And the one I did was Escape from the Time Travel Lab.
Okay. So are you supposed to escape in a DeLorean? Is that how it ends?
I'm not. I didn't get to the end.
And then a saxophone solo just starts playing as you drive away?
But I'm not telling you anything about it.
Okay. So the time travel theme, I'm assuming, is present. But okay, I guess we won't press for more details on that because it kind of ruins the whole thing. But
I kind of like that they have volumes. It's almost like I gotta try each one. That's I gotta do every different one. So
read all the books.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no, it's a fun thing to do.
How many volumes have they said that they're having, or different types?
I don't know anymore. I just know that they have this is volume 2, and then I know they have the escape ones, the bank thing that come on once, just kind of one-time thing or whatever. So I don't know, but the ones that are repeated, they only have 2 volumes at the moment.
Now, Sean, would you describe this as a game in some way?
Yeah, it's totally a game.
Okay.
It's in the name, Real Escape Game.
You're right, it is. Wow, what a perfect subject then for this very podcast. Because you know what we talk about here? Games.
Hockey?
Yeah,
I was hoping we were talking about hockey. Did you see that goalpost thing? Did you see that goalpost?
I was promised that we were going to talk about hockey. If we're not talking about hockey, I'm leaving.
I wore my red hockey shirt and everything.
Did you really? Were you pretty
No, this is a Vans shirt, so...
Okay. Have you caught any, curling? That's a game.
I heard curling was pretty hyped today, so...
I think we're doing pretty good.
I had tweets on my Twitter feed being like, what is this curling game right now?
This is the most Olympics I think I've watched in years this year. I don't know what is the draw, but it's just whatever. Just turn it on. It's great background viewing. You're playing threes on the couch, and it's just people are curling. And then you look up and go, oh man, look at that. It's kind of awesome. Or skiing. A lot of slalom. That's the thing. Speaking of Olympic Games, is there a video game adaptation of this one?
Yes, it's called Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
They made a new one?
Wait, is it at the Sochi 2014 Olympic Games?
Yes.
That's what I want to know.
That's probably the full title, right?
Okay.
Probably is, yeah.
Just in years past, there's always one.
Yeah, I believe I've been told this is the first year there was not an official game. It was just Mario and Sonic is the official game this year.
Okay.
Because Sega usually makes them, and then I guess they also make the Mario and Sonic ones. So
I guess those things do pretty well. Like, was this for? Did it come out for Wii U, or do they still make Wii games?
Wii U.
Okay, so does anyone make Wii games anymore?
I think the system's basically abandonware at this point because they don't make any new versions of it anymore. So I doubt they're making new games for it still.
Yeah, so I picked up that Wii Mini, and I got nothing to put inside it.
I know. Holy shit.
I guess bargain games everywhere, but not, no new output for that thing. Too bad.
I was at like Best Buy the other day, and their Wii section's like so tiny. They mixed it with their DS section.
Well, they're just shrinking. They're condensing. Like regular DS or 3DS?
Regular DS. 3D. Here's the weird thing. I went to Best Buy, and like all their sections were actually kind of small. Like even like Xbox 360 and PS3 looked like they were shrunk down for what they used to be.
I know the Vita at the one I was at was like 2 shelves or something.
Well, Vita's always been small. So wait, what is taking up the space? Like
accessories for those systems and the new ones.
Oh, okay. I think I'm commonly seeing like just a ton of like Disney Infinity stuff.
Yeah, actually, that's what took up.
Is taking up a lot.
That's what took up the Wii shelving at the Best Buy I went to.
Well, we've been talking about video games for quite a while at this point. Should we just call it?
We might as well. We're done.
Call it out.
Not everybody.
No. I'm just saying. Whose turn is it? I don't even know.
Sorry, you're right. It's me. This is the top-down perspective.
All right.
It's February 20th. I'm Sean Booker, and I'm host.
All right, Spike.
I'm joined by John Wheeler.
I'm being told by the chat to fix my lighting, which, considering it's the ceiling lamp, kind of not doable.
What's wrong with your lighting?
They're saying my lighting is bad, which, I mean, it technically is, but you have the option of this and this. So somehow I think probably
terrible.
The
just
other option
darkness
might be...
or weird holy glow.
Hang on, let me turn up the brightness to the max. There we go. Perfect. Perfect.
It's actually kind of great.
There we go. This is the rest of me podcast.
You know what? Okay, I got an idea. Like Halloween comes, we all do that.
Okay.
And the other person here, the third musketeer, is Nathan Rohr.
Hey, I'm D'Artagnan. I don't know. It's the only one I know. It's the only name. I think it was.
What is D'Artagnan?
D'Artagnan was
one
the
of the
fourth
musketeers.
That was the fourth musketeer.
I don't know any of them.
Yeah, I can't say what the other ones are. That's
Dasher and Dancer.
Yeah. Vixen. That's the one. Blitzen, rather. I don't know.
Comet and Cupid. Donner.
Blitzen.
Blitzen. Did you ever see the cartoon Olive the Other Reindeer? I thought that was the most clever name.
That was a cartoon?
Personally watched.
Well, it was like a straight to TV like movie, like a 1-hour special. I would often see it around Christmas time, and the reindeer's name was Olive. But I just thought that was the best thing.
Athos, Porthos, and Aramis are the other musketeers. Fun literary facts for our listeners. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. For a sec, I thought you were going to say those are the other reindeers we missed, and I was going to be like, what? And I was waiting to hear, like, no, the actual names of them. And then they have these, like,
Historically
weird...
speaking,
the 8 reindeer of legend are Zeus.
The legendary Super Saiyan reindeers.
So good. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at what we've been playing, and I pick John to start.
I can't imagine why.
Do we know what day it is or what the show's called?
Translates nicely into me.
Okay.
Today is the 20th of February.
I said it for sure.
Okay. I just missed it, I guess, and got caught up on reindeer and...
Whatever, we'll double down on the date.
Okay. Anyway, John, sorry.
What if we triple down on it by saying today's February 20th?
It's the 20th of February? Are you sure?
Holy shit, I've been playing Bravely Default!
Did you finish it?
No.
I don't even think
you haven't finished it yet?
No.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't give me any crap.
What's your play count? Like, how much have you played?
Let's find out. When does it tell you? I gotta go save.
Okay,
I'm in Chapter 3, if that's what you're asking.
Chapter 3 is long. I'm in Chapter 3. I'm at the end of Chapter 3, though.
I just left the mine. for the first
Yeah,
time.
you got a ways to go.
My playtime clock says 40 hours, 39 minutes.
Okay, you're going way too slow.
Video game.
My
You're
team,
going
my team is
way
level
too slow.
59.
There's 8 or 9 chapters to this game.
Okay, well my team's level 59, and every one of my teams at least mastered 1 job, if not 2.
I don't ever want to watch you play games.
Is it just you enjoy the fighting so much that you need to really dig in? Is that?
Whenever I play an RPG, I grind, so I just leave the encounter rate up high, and then just go directly to wherever I want to go. But if I'm like fighting weak enemies, or if I'm just like, no, I need to get this done now, I'll turn it off completely and just run. So.
Okay.
Right now, I'm grinding to buy the most expensive accessory you can get, which is the growth egg, which makes it so you don't earn money, but you earn double experience and double job points. And then I'll buy the golden egg, which is oddly enough cheaper, which gives you double the money but no experience and job points.
Okay. Any like updates really? Like how are you feeling the story? Or
Still liking it. There's a couple of story bits where it seems like they're gonna go in a weird way, but I can't tell if that's just them faking out or just being that obvious.
Okay. And I forget, were you using Japanese voice acting or?
Nope, I'm using English.
Okay.
I honestly don't mind the voice actors except for the fairies.
Okay.
And even then, she doesn't talk enough to actually be that big a nuisance.
I don't know. I feel we went through a lot about this game last week. I don't really know what else to really clarify. Like, it sounds cool. I might check it out eventually, but...
Yeah, to be honest, I don't have much more to say about it. I'm about 25-ish hours. I haven't checked for a bit.
Okay.
My guys are around level 40.
John, but meaning to ask, do you do your net updates still? Because I think I saw you update recently.
Yeah, I believe so.
Have you got me ab linked to anyone or?
Yeah, my main guy.
Okay.
Which, Ablink is great. It also makes, like, leveling up jobs useless.
Kind of, yeah.
Especially because I have another friend playing the game who's being, like, super OCD about every job needs to be leveled up at the same rate and every character needs to have every job. So basically, as soon as I ability link him to one of my characters, that character has literally every skill.
Okay, I will state right now, I'm not making it so every character masters every job unless it
You're
gets
still
to a
helping
point.
me out a ton. Don't worry. Like I'm using with the ability thing. Because I only use my classes like one job. It's like no, you are a white mage. End of story. I don't want to hear it. You're a white mage. Shut up. So basically, all of their skills are orange because I'm just stealing better skills.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware of, like, the 4 party members I have, whatever the highest job level is, that's what moves on through my ab link, so you should have a bunch of mastered jobs available to Tiz.
I'll have to update the data recently, but I definitely have some pretty good ones for Tiz, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really cool. Still enjoying it. Probably going to finish it. And apparently I will reach level 99 before John does.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sean, you're enjoying it. It's just you're kind of in this weird time crunch kind of thing, right? Or is that fair?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say I'm upset with it or anything. I'm just this game is long, and that's not helpful. But I'm enjoying it. Yeah, for sure. Again, I kind of said everything so far about it. I hear it has some cool end game stuff, which I really do want to see. But other games are coming out and being sent to me, so I don't even know if this is going to be the next game I fully review because I might just put it down for a bit to get other stuff done.
Oh, okay. Like, this platformer's like 8 hours. I can do that.
Yeah, like Donkey Kong showing up and Professor Layton's showing up, and I could start and finish them faster than I could continue to finish this.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm going to ask Sean, what difficulty are you playing on? Normal?
I play on normal unless I get stuck, and then I'm going, I don't have time for your bullshit, and I put it to easy, and then the game is stupid easy.
Like, what is the difficulties change? Is they just have less hit points? Do they just do less damage?
Probably both. I know for sure less hit points, but I haven't looked too deep into it. I just know that I kill them so fast.
All right.
So, and even on normal, I'm killing them pretty fast, except bosses. I might have a struggle on a boss, so it'll be like, I'm not dealing with you. I'm not going to bang my head against this. You're going to easy. I don't have time for your bullshit.
Bravely Default, everyone.
Bravely Default.
And that's the only thing I played this week. I was going to play the new Strider, but I forgot there was a PS4 update, so by the time I got that done, I forgot to download it.
Oh, okay. Did you download Outlast? Are you on Plus?
I'm on Plus.
Okay. Just like that's another one of those.
I haven't
ones
downloaded any Plus games in the past month or two, though, so I'm behind on that.
Oh, okay. Just that's one I noticed, and I redeemed on the PlayStation site, so I have that too.
You need to remind me to check the Xbox Live games with gold for this portion.
For all your 6-year-old game needs?
Exactly. I need free 6-year-old games.
Did they do ODST, though? That game was cool. I've been looking for it.
Today this half of the month is apparently Toy Soldiers Cold War.
Okay.
Great. I'm pretty sure that game's been on sale for $2 before.
But now it's free. That's like $0 if you're subscribed.
It's free until the 48th.
So it's $5 a month. So
until the 48th?
It's $15 apparently.
When is the 48th?
The 48th.
Sorry, the
March.
28th.
Okay.
It's the 18th of March. Is the 48th of.
It's all those
February.
leap year days added into one.
Yep. But
yeah, that finally come back to get us.
Yeah, exactly. It's February.
Forever, fools.
Did you play the old Strider? Like, are you like hyped up for this, or?
Yeah, a little bit. And I heard the game's not that bad. So.
Okay. I've been hearing decent stuff too. You're a ninja. There's like weird.
And it's a
robots.
Metroidvania type game, so that's another reason why I'm excited for it.
Yeah. But okay, so Bravely Default. That's all that actually happened.
That's all I played. Sean's Bravely Default and something else.
What else happened, Sean?
This week, actually, it ended yesterday. Was the Titanfall Beta.
Oh wow, I've heard a lot about that.
For that, like 2 days before it went open for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Took a while to download that game, but yeah, I played a few rounds of that.
On the One or on PC?
On the One.
The Xbox One.
Yes.
I guess because calling it the One, I don't know.
It's stupid. So thanks for doing that.
Well, I don't know how else to say it. Is it Zone,
Xbox One,
Xbone, or the whole bunch of syllables? But okay, yeah, that new Xbox, you played on there. How big was the download? Like 20 gigs?
I actually didn't check. It just took a while over Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I left it on for like the day and came back and it was done.
Yeah, they capped that though, didn't they? Because like when I was looking, when they opened it to everyone, I checked the website and it was like, no, this is full. Like we have enough people.
It was a stress test. That's all I know.
Yeah. So
I didn't hear anything about caps. I thought it was just like, bring them on, let's do it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't get a chance to play, is all I'm saying. So how was it? How was fighting the big robots, mech things, and dudes?
It definitely reminded me that I'm not very good at multiplayer shooters.
Okay.
I get killed really easily. However, so for those who don't know, Titanfall, military, first person? No. Is it? I don't even remember.
It's FPS.
Yeah, first person. Yes.
Respawn
Entertainment. First person. Respawn, yeah. So they did Modern Warfare 1 and 2, but
and all those other
you can bring down Titans. So you can bring down these big mech suits. They're like bigger than a mech, so you can bring down these huge robots. But there's also a great sense of verticality, which is definitely the coolest part of the game.
Like the Mirror's Edge type stuff, right? Like wall running and jumping.
Wall running, and you can double jump. So,
the little jetpack
but what's
boost
really
or something,
cool is just how many different areas in the map you can get to, which I feel like if I had spent more time on the maps, I would have finally got good of like, oh man, if I spawn here, I know exactly which walls to hit to just like, because every time you hit a new wall, you start running faster and faster, so you can get some major speed if you know what you're doing.
Okay.
Fortunately, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I never got like feeling like a god or anything. But every now and then, I'd be like, that looks like a wall run. And I could double jump on a box, double jump up the wall, and then start running on the wall, jump across the street on top of the roof. And then I got a cool vantage point where I feel really special because no one's up here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even do stuff, you can jump on Titans, enemy or ally Titans. So if one of your buddies is coming down the street on a Titan, you can like catch a ride and hang out on his thing and jump off his shoulder whenever you want.
Okay.
So there was a few times where I was just wall running, and all of a sudden my buddy came around the corner, and I just like latched onto him, and just like the speed in which things were happening was really cool. And like I said, you can also jump on enemy Titans. When you do that, your character will start just ripping that Titan apart from like above to start damaging it. And if you're in the Titan, they'll say like you're being hacked or something like that. You should get out of your Titan and take that guy out, then get back in the Titan to keep fighting. Which works, because when you get out of your Titan, you can set it to like, okay, I want you just to be in a defensive position, I want you to just follow me, or I want you to just be attacking and stuff.
Oh, you can actually issue some commands to it, so it is effectively a robot.
Which is also nice, because if you summon a Titan and it comes down, and before the little cooldown stops for you to get in, if you get killed, your Titan will still be there, just kind of holding its ground, fighting anyone it can see, and you can like run back to it and try and get back into it before it blows up.
Okay.
So that sense of verticality is definitely the best part, and the Titans are definitely cool. They have like a dash move, so you don't feel too slow. You feel pretty powerful. The best thing is they have this shield that'll catch like anything sent at them and then send it back. So basically, whatever happens is the game starts, and everyone's just kind of shooting each other. And the game, it's only 6-on-6. However, they also spawn in like bots, which are super easy to take out. And in fact, you get a pistol that has like a smart thing in it, and if you're just kind of looking at somebody, it'll lock onto them, and the bots die in 1 hit. And a player dies in 3, but if you lock onto them long enough, you can lock onto them 3 times, and then shoot once, and it'll kill a player. But it's hard to do because people move pretty fast. But killing bots is really easy. And every time you kill a bot or you do anything that'll help the team, your like respawn for the Titan goes down a bit. So even if you're not doing terrible, even if you're doing terribly against the players, you can kill the bots pretty easily, and you can get your Titan in pretty fast. So if you're doing poorly, you can still get a Titan, which is great. And then once the Titans start falling, you basically like, I don't even care about people around me. I'm just going to find another Titan to fight, and then it's you kind of going through the city or the map looking for the next Titan and whatnot. And then once they see each other, it's just missiles and stuff launching at one another while they're dashing around buildings. And someone shoots like a rocket at you, and you catch it with your shield thing and launch the rocket back at them. There's a lot kind of going on, and it's pretty fun.
Okay. Did you get a sense of, like, did they have the upgrade paths that they would in the final game, like perks and stuff? Is that kind of what they're doing, or?
They had some, and you unlocked like burn cards that you could use and whatnot. I didn't play long enough to really see too much of that, though.
Okay.
They also had challenges in there, so it's like ride around for 0.1 kilometers on a Titan to kind of unlock more stuff and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I didn't play long enough. I maybe played about 7 to 10 matches or so.
Okay. On how many maps were in the beta, or just 1? Or?
I want to say there was at least 3, I recall. I only played 2 of the game modes. There was just a standard, like, just like a free-for-all, like one side against the other, fight one, and it was like, hey, if you're new, play this one. Yeah, and then there was another one where it was like holding control points, which I played that one as well. The third option was only Titans fighting each other, which I should have done that, but I just didn't, and I didn't know about it really until it was like almost gone. And because the most part I was just playing that first one because I was like, I'm not very good. I'm just going to play the starter one. And I can't remember what the fourth one was.
Aren't there 3 different kinds of Titans though, or?
I want to say there's more than that, but I definitely had 3. One was like a faster moving one. One was called tank, artillery, and assault, I think.
Okay.
And I think I was using like artillery because it had like a chain gun that I really liked using.
Okay, but they're all pretty fast, or do they have kind of different?
I think they all, at least the 2 I tried, had the dash move.
Okay.
But I think some just moved faster or whatnot. Some had like rockets instead, some had like a missile launcher instead of a chain gun and whatnot. Mm-hmm. There was definitely different classes for the pilots as well. I liked playing as I think it was the assassin, because they can turn invisible for a longer time. What else could they do? I can't really remember, but yeah, you could turn invisible, and then what did right bumper do? Maybe that was just grenade. I thought there was another cooldown I was always waiting for. I'm probably thinking of the Titan, but
I guess, are you sufficiently intrigued to check this out when it launches, or?
Yeah, I want to try it out some more. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how long I'll stay with it because multiplayer shooter.
And I guess kind of one of the sticking points is it's only a multiplayer shooter this time. They didn't do a campaign in a conventional way. Apparently,
there is some story mode in there. I don't know what it is because that wasn't part of the beta.
Mm-hmm.
But there is story mode stuff in there. I feel like it's during the multiplayer stuff, so like Brink, I guess.
Yeah.
If anyone played Brink.
The less said about Brink, the better.
But maybe better, probably.
Hopefully, everyone seemed really hyped by the beta. And the game is out on March 11th, so it's not even a month away.
There was not this much positive talk about Brink ever. So yeah, no, this definitely has opportunities to do cool stuff. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to really see it. I saw some video of it. It looked pretty good, but I don't know. I'm not super into this kind of shooter, but I'll give it a look maybe. I am the Call of Duty expert.
Exactly.
You are the Call of Duty expert.
So maybe I am just missing something, and it'll make sense if I get hands-on with it at some point. But
Are you going to get the full-blown game when it comes out, Sean?
I might, yeah. I know I put in a request for a review copy, so I might even get that. So
All right,
we'll see what happens around that time. But yeah, no, just I guess the main point, the main thing I really liked was the wall running and just getting really high up on the rooftops where like hardly anyone else is. That's really cool. When you get that speed going and you're jumping on Titans and jumping off of Titans, that's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That's it though, like kind of a light week. Or?
That's well, it's not. I haven't played a ton of different games, but I've been playing a lot of Bravely Default. So,
oh yeah, right, that one. 25 hours. So.
And I guess to transition nicely into you, I played some more threes today. I beat my high score, but it's still a fifth of your high score.
What is your high score? Like
2,000 something.
Okay. Yeah, I've had like 10,000 plus kind of goes at it, but
oh wow.
Those are pretty infrequent. It's mostly ending in like the 3,000 to 7,000 range. I still like that game. I've actually really taken to playing it while listening to music. It's just kind of fun to slam tiles around while you're doing stuff. I don't know. That's like my go-to travel game right now, and it's still pretty fun. Though that next breakthrough, like I'm still stuck at like 384, I think, is my highest number ever. And I want that next one because there's only 4 left. But yeah, so yeah, a bunch of threes, and then I have been playing more of that Zero Escape game, Virtue's Last Reward, which I can't really ever get into too much of it because it'll be spoiling story stuff. But I'm at a point where like I feel like I've played it as much as I played 999, yet I'm nowhere near done because there's so many endings now.
How many endings have you gotten, if any? 5,
I think. And one of them was the same kind of frustrating ending as the coffin ending in 999, where it's basically you went down a good path, but you don't know enough yet, so to be continued. And it's just like, crap, okay. So then I went down some other ones, and they've all ended with just bad endings. And not even, like, cool bad endings, because, like, I felt 999, when they went, like, bad, there's only 6 endings, so some stuff gets really weird and dark. Whereas this is just kind of like, we kind of barely accounted for you going down this path, so we're just going to kind of say game over. And you're just like, fine. So, yeah, that's been... I don't know. Like, I'd feel bad totally cheating it and seeing which are the good paths because they give me so much information in the game this time. Like, I have the flow chart. I have all of the solutions to the puzzles, like, storing up in a menu option. So, when you're redoing stuff, it's really fast. It's just... I am redoing things so many times. And it starts to like kind of just get under my skin a little bit with some of the stuff you can't skip. Like it's like you can skip all the story dialogue stuff, but then your character kind of walking down a hallway, they still decide to show this map screen and your little dot go down the hallway, and you're just like, this is the most boring thing ever. Like, why can't we just go? Like, go to the room. I know what's going on right now. This always happens at this point in the story. Like,
is it masking loading?
I don't think so, because there are times when it'll be like, this is exactly what I did last time in every single way. Like, okay, for example, there's parts in the story where it's like, hey, you kind of have some downtime. Which room do you want to go hang out in to kind of just talk to some characters? And it treats each order of that stuff as like a different, unique thing, even though you're talking to the same people. So, like... if I go down the exact same one I did last time, I can press the skip button, and it'll, like, the doors will open faster, I'll go down the hallway faster, all this stuff. But if I do it in a slightly different order, but it's essentially the same content, it's like, no, you didn't go to the infirmary first last time, so this is new, so check it out. You press the elevator button, the door opens, you go down the hallway, you get to the other door, you look at the right, it opens. It's just like, it's... My patience is getting thin. I've spent like maybe 15 hours playing this game, and there are so many mysteries left to be like revealed that I just feel like I'm kind of in a dark tunnel or something. Like it's just I'm halfway there, and I don't know. I'm still gonna keep playing it. It's like very easy to just play a couple hours of it every night, but it's starting to like get a little less intriguing than the first time with this whole concept, I guess. So 999 doesn't overstay its welcome. Virtue's Last Reward maybe does, but maybe some of those payoffs are going to be so sweet. So I don't know. But yeah, that's it for games.
Just a quick thing.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat, or Michael Jacobs in the chat, is saying in the beta there's only one type of Titan, but they had 3 different weapons.
Oh, okay. So the other distinctly different Titans you didn't get a chance to look at yet. But okay.
But soon.
Yep. Prepare to drop. What is the
It's in 20 days. It's 20 days, and prepare to drop was right.
Yeah, okay. They've somehow marketed that enough to where I remember that unconsciously. So good job, EA.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the phrase is when you drop your Titan.
It's not prepare to Titanfall, or Titanfall is happening.
It's prepare for Titanfall.
Yeah, prepare for Titanfall, and then you just get to watch the sky, and this rocket comes out of it, and the Titan just lands, and there's this shield around him for us.
Matrix 3-point landing pose. Like
I didn't look that much. I was more looking at the timer because you have to wait like 2 seconds then to get in the Titan.
Okay.
But actually, one last thing that's really cool: when you're taking enough damage, a big like X button will come up on the screen, and it'll just be like eject, eject, eject. So then you hit that X button, and your pilot just gets launched out of there like 2 kilometers in the sky as you see your Titan just kind of like go down. And the one I was using, when it dies, it causes a nuclear explosion.
Okay.
So if anyone was like right by him, it'll blow up, hopefully taking someone else out. But then you can use that like launch eject to like land on a roof or land on the Titan that was attacking you. But just when you're like up in the air, just watching things like crumble beneath you, it's awesome.
Okay.
I'll say that.
I'm really hyped for that game when it comes out.
You are?
Yep. I was at the dev demo at E3, so I watched it then. I was really interested in it.
Are you gonna play it PC, I guess, or?
I'll wait and see.
Cool.
All right. Hallways. That's all I got.
That's all you played?
My stuff, yeah.
That was the shortest Nathan played ever.
That was the shortest any of us played ever.
I mean, I played the Splunky Daily Challenge today, but you know.
And I played Payday today, but
I fought some shopkeepers. They totally it was real bad. The ghost was coming as I was fighting them all.
All right, so I'm gonna move us on to news.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's going on in the world of video games?
So, okay, quick thing. We'll do this one first because it was on your playlist, Nathan. So I know you're excited to get to it. I don't know if this really counts as news, but the hot thing of last weekend was Twitch plays Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is also the most insane thing ever.
It's at like day 8, so it must have started just before last week's episode, and we just didn't know that it was going on.
I believe it started on Friday, so the day after we recorded. So that's why we didn't. That's why we didn't know about it. But
I'm sure everyone knows by now because it's been like a totally pan-media internet sensation. Like BBC News was talking about it, but up to 100,000 people have been playing Pokemon Red.
I was watching it this morning, and it was around 60 to 70,000 now.
Like, it was at 90 when they were, like, I don't know, they were fighting some Team Rocket dudes earlier, and I just stopped in there and finally figured out my chat. Whoa. If there's a little button where you can hide the chat. Did you guys know that on Twitch?
I do, because I stream on Twitch fairly regularly.
Yeah.
And I know how to use the internet, so...
I felt like an idiot. So I was just like, it's broken. I can't even type. And it's just like, oh, never mind. There it is. So yeah, I said left.
I guess real quick, because I'm sure everyone knows about this. I'm sure our audience definitely knows about this. But
yeah,
anyone who somehow is under a rock, Twitch Plays Pokemon is an emulation of Pokemon Red with a script that reads everything the chat says. And if it's any of like the Game Boy's inputs, it'll play that action in the game, but because it's Pokemon, if you're like, let's say, walking, you can't use like the start button or whatever, so a lot of the things are being canceled out. So only when the character's basically like still is an input actually reading. So only maybe like 5% of the inputs are actually going through.
Yeah.
But it's still just chaos. And Drew Scanlon on Giant Bomb, I think, had the best like description of it as like this is the actual incarnation of 1,000 chimpanzees on typewriters writing Shakespeare. Like that is exactly what this is.
Yeah, it's total chaos at the same time. Like, it's kind of just making I'm seeing this game in this totally weird way, because who would pause that many times? Who would consult the Helix? Like,
it's people trolling and people like coming up with in jokes and
well,
stuff like that.
that's just the thing, is it's almost not even trolling, because there's a delay in Twitch.
Yeah.
They don't even know, like, they're thinking, I think you need to move left, but by the time your command gets there, if it even reads your command, they need to actually move up now. So
yeah,
it's
like
just
left might be useless.
Well,
so...
I mean, anyone hitting start probably is trolling at this point.
Anyone hitting start is most likely trolling. Correct.
I've seen
because start opens the menu, and that doesn't help anyone out.
It was
but I've seen them check the Pokédex
times.
so many times.
Did you see them go through Silphco, and did you see them go through that area with all the ledges?
I've heard about this.
I saw
heard
the
it was
Reddit
especially
memes
bad.
Also, like that's the crazy thing, is there's a whole bunch of things in Pokemon where you need to be like at the exact point to do the exact command, or else you just can't do it. For example, like having to use cut on one specific bush. Like being able to get 75,000 people to actually coordinate that is insane. But somehow they are progressing. They have 4 badges. They are progressing.
Yeah.
My favorite moment so far from what I've seen, they beat Giovanni at the top of Silphco. They have to pick up the Silphscope, which appears right behind him once he leaves.
Wait, Giovanni... Isn't he like the last gym leader?
Yeah, but you fight Giovanni 3 separate times.
Oh, do you? Okay, it's been a while since I played first gen.
Yeah. So they had to go pick up the Silphscope. After they defeated Giovanni, they used Dig and didn't pick it up. And then took them half a day, if not a full day, just to get back up to where it was to pick it up.
Yeah, like
just nonsense becomes like giant ordeals.
And they've had I don't even think they have their starter Pokemon anymore, because they've just released Pokemon.
They've released 6 different Pokemon so far, and one being their starter.
Yeah, first off, again, with the delay, you almost won't even know that you accidentally just set the character to release Pokemon. But the fact of getting the character to be all the way up to the PC and selecting the exact thing and selecting a Pokemon and then saying yes to release is insane.
There has to be some malicious intent there, then, right? Enough people.
I don't even I'm sure there's some, but I don't even see how it could be registered correctly, because with that delay, the only one that could actually make it through is start. If you press start, we know you're being annoying. But if you type an up, for all we know, you thought the character needed to go up at one point, but that was 30 seconds ago when we passed that section. So you might have just been like, oh crap, I didn't account for that. But then who's going to be able to account for that? So it's almost a random number generator at this point.
Sure.
Kind of.
Well, that's its own thing too. But yeah, I don't know. There's been so much going on around this thing. I guess Twitch chat was having problems just in general because of this.
That makes sense. We did some work of brain and the chat would not load.
People are saying it's because so many people were in the room saying commands so often, it was kind of hammering the servers. Yeah. I'm not sure. Apparently Twitch Plays Pokemon got switched over to the event servers that they save for Evo and League of Legends tournaments, so supposedly that won't happen anymore.
Okay, this is enough of a sensation that there's all right, this is serious business. We need
to anything that breaks a 6-digit view count is major on Twitch.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what was the other kind of weird. Oh, right. Democracy versus Anarchy mode was kind of added.
Yeah, no, I don't know this one too well.
I guess this was tweaked, this was put in a little after the fact. When I first saw it, it didn't exist, but the most recent time earlier today, it is a thing. I guess if 75% of the player base votes democracy, it'll then change how inputs are entered, I guess. So it's
so have none of you seen how this works then, the democracy mode?
I've never been on when it's on democracy mode. It has always been anarchy and floating around 30% kind of. So
okay, so here's how it works. They implemented this 2 days ago. Originally they only had it set so just democracy was in. People complained and they wanted anarchy back, so they switched back to that. Then they came with a voting system. The way democracy works is you vote on inputs. Everyone types in an input, and whichever one gets the most votes is what's done next. It's incredibly slow because they try to account for the delay as well.
Okay.
But you can type in, all right, I want us to move left 9 times. And if people keep typing in left 9, then whatever has the most votes wins. People started trolling that though, and started saying oh, I want to press start 9 times.
And that was getting a decent
right.
amount of votes by jerks. And then
Yeah, so the only time democracy even like gets a chance of winning is when there's some like super intricate movement that's needed to get through a part.
oh, okay.
And even then, usually they just get outvoted by people trolling and just turn back into anarchy.
And I guess just the fact that they've been playing for like 270 hours straight or something at this point, like they have grinded up enough Pokemon to the point where battles are kind of trivial now.
Really, only one. Their Pidgeot is like level 47, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
now.
it was like everyone else was fainting, and then it's just like, all right, AAA, B, AAA, JS, go for it, and then
Yeah, which is lovingly known as Bird Jesus.
yeah,
There's
I
this
haven't heard
happy
that one.
Jesus.
There's actually a Google Doc floating around, and that's what I check every now and then to see what they're currently doing, because they track like, oh, they did this part of the game.
Oh,
recently.
okay.
It
Yeah, I
makes
have
it
no
a
idea
lot
how
easier to
much
follow.
Progress. Like, how close are they to finishing the game? Like,
Well, they're technically at the
Like I
halfway
said,
point.
beginning of this day, they had 4 badges.
They've had 4 badges for a couple. They've been stuck in the Ghost Tower for like 3 days now.
Yes, the Ghost Tower was this morning.
They finally got the Poke Flute apparently, because I believe they left. The Google Doc says current goal is to reach Fuchsia City via Route 12, 13, and 14. They've got their team has an level 22 Oddish, level 27 Raticate, level 24 Ducks, level 48 Bird Jesus.
What I've been seeing a lot of consult the Helix fossil. Like I've even seen T-shirt designs now being sold.
I actually
that just
know the
because-
person who sold that.
Is that just because they go to items and Helix fossil is there and it says you can't use that, or like
Yeah,
what is?
literally because they will just randomly go to items and they'll keep like looking at it, and Oak will keep yelling at them. They're like, "This is not the time to use that."
So
Right,
why
this is not
Helix
the time to use
fossil?
that. I
Because
saw
I saw
that.
them doing that for like the SS and ticket a lot as well, and I thought that was pretty funny. But
Because
why-
they've had the Helix Fossil longer. They've been doing that since the first day.
okay, that's true. I guess that would have been that's true. Yeah.
it's an amazing internet phenomena. I don't know. It's really fun to watch. Like for me, it's like this is like how I felt about Salty Bet when that was first starting up. It's just like this is such a dumb thing to watch. This is that, but even more so because so many people are involved. I don't know. I don't know how Nintendo feels about it, but nothing bad has happened. It's just
They
going-
probably don't enjoy it.
like I'm sure that there were some head scratching kind of meetings going on, but in no way would this impact sales of Pokemon XY, right? So don't worry about it, right? Just the
If
brand
anything,
is
like it's not going to be like, wow, Pokemon looks like awful. I'm never going to buy that. If anything, people are going to go want to like are going to
yeah.
remember.
This is just
Man,
kind of, like,
I remember loving Pokemon. I'm going to pick up that new one.
stoking up nostalgia all over the place. Yeah, Pokemon is hot topic right now. It's weird. So
I'm going to get Pokemon and have my own Helix fossil.
Yep. It's
Anyway,
something. I guess
that's-
the only kind of like some questions like how monetized is the channel and stuff. Like this dude's kind of making money off of a flagrantly emulated, not his game kind of thing. Like that might be an issue, but I don't know.
Well, I think that's kind of an interesting question because I guess with all people streaming, they're making money off not their game. But at this
Yeah.
point, he's
The thing-
literally doing nothing now. He's not even commenting or playing it.
The thing is, though, he's also stated that he's not running ads. The only time you'll see an ad potentially is if you load up the page.
Yeah,
Right.
I do see like it was like laundry or something. But okay, that's cool. But you can still pay the $5 to the channel if you think it's cool, right?
Yeah,
And
you can.
you know what? With like 75,000 people watching, I'm sure a lot of people have subscribed.
Probably.
No, not really.
Would you know what they're
Okay.
at then?
No, there's no way to know unless you have access to the channel's data. But the subscriber icon never appears. I've only seen it when they first originally got the button, and that was it. Because he states in like underneath the video, there's like the FAQ and everything. He states that you will not get special treatment if you subscribe. You were literally you were promoting. You just
I
really
just
like
think
this.
it's the number of we have so many people here. I bet some people have subscribed.
You would see a star next to someone's name if they had. So
Oh, so you're
Okay.
saying you'd see evidence of that
Yeah.
if it was going on. Okay.
now at the same time, because of the chat woes from the past couple days, it's entirely possible maybe it just didn't show up. But
Okay.
pretty sure they probably only got like a couple dozen at most.
It's a crazy thing. I don't know what else to really say, but yeah, Pokemon Red.
All right.
Check it out on the internet.
Let's see the other news I put in here. Oh, just a short one. New Humble Bundle's out. Humble Bundle 11. It's really good. However, Nathan and Paul own everything, so I didn't pick it up.
I think it was one of those ones. Just like man, the Swapper's really great. Like there's like a lot of cool stuff. I own 6 out of 7 of these games. So.
Yeah, I'll quickly list them off here. We have Guacamelee Gold Edition. That game's great.
Yeah. I got
Dustin and
that.
Legion Tail. That game's great.
That was one I
Gianna
was like...
Sisters.
Sorry, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's just
No,
Dust I have on Xbox, and I was like, well, I would like to have that on PC. So that's like the one I was kind of looking at. But I don't know how good Gianna Sisters is.
Twisted Dreams. I haven't played that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Swapper, really great. Antichamber's good, really great. Monaco, I still really want to play that. But again,
Monaco's good.
Yeah, I've heard it's great. And more are coming, and right now the average is 452. You get all the soundtracks. In fact, you get more soundtracks than there are games.
Yeah.
So, it looks like some games have 2 soundtracks, like Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco has like the original music and then the arranged music.
And Antichamber has 2 soundtracks as well.
Huh, okay.
So, yeah, it's a fantastic deal.
Isn't that Robin Arnott, like, weird atmospheric sounds? Like, soundscapes. I don't even know if it's, conventional.
There's also a new weekly sale. It's a bunch of adventure games. I don't know any of these, except I've heard of Deponia. But, if you like adventure games, that's probably something to look at.
And the Amnesia Fortnite stuff continues to happen, but, yeah. That's that stuff.
And okay, I want to save one of these to the end because it's like the biggest one. So a couple other short ones. Harmonix announced Chroma on the weekend.
Yeah, that looked.
Did you guys watch the trailer?
I didn't see the trailer, but I heard about it.
I watched the trailer and I signed up for the alpha, but I haven't been accepted yet. I don't know if I'm going to, but I'd like to because.
Nathan, why don't you describe that trailer?
So there's this dude with this crazy mirror face. And then there's all these crystals everywhere, and then he jumps, and then he presses the trigger, like pulls the trigger, and then dubstep comes out of it. So it's kind of like...
I think I got it wrong. Guys shooting, and it's dubstep everywhere, but then the guy jumps, and he shoots, and like classical music comes out of it, and it stops the dubstep.
And he kills the dubstep with his gun, his music gun. Music is the weapon. Music is your weapon? That's the slogan? I don't know. You're shooting music at each other, and all the kind of kill moves and whatever are timed to beats. I don't know how it's going to work, but I love rhythm games, and I like
you're the Call of Duty guy.
Drawn futurescape visuals and mirror faces, especially. That dude looked cool. So I don't know. It might be good.
John, what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested to see what they can do.
It's a free-to-play thing.
That's the odd thing. When I heard that, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm interested in checking it out at the very least, like see how this works. But sounds interesting to me. It's like it could be a pretty basic shooter with just kind of weird music. I
think I'm just really interested because it's Harmonix.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was just another company putting it out, I probably wouldn't be that interested in it.
Mm-hmm. But it's like you guys have been making weird rhythm-based things for like 14 years or something. Like they know what they're doing, so yeah.
So I guess they're working on 2 games right now then, because they also have Fantasia.
Yeah. Oh right. Huh. They've always been working on 2 separate games separately, but it's usually like their iOS division doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 2 real games. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Not 2 real games.
Is Dance Central like done? Like they're not doing one for 1 or something, or? It just seems like that was kind of a big franchise.
Microsoft has got to be trying to get them to do another Dance Central.
Yeah, maybe. The system's only been out for a couple months at this point, so.
Oh, I know. I know. Is that?
But I think that's the thing is there's no good Kinect games out, and Dance Central is arguably the best Kinect game.
Like, yeah, that's the one franchise that kind of works.
I think they haven't pushed it right away, mainly because why would you buy a new system for Dance Central when there's already 3 Dance Centrals on the 360?
Because they need some reason for you to be like, I'm paying $100 extra for this camera than Sony's. Why do I want this camera? And then
maybe their big Kinect venture then is the Fantasia game, because that is a very Kinect heavy thing. Like
maybe, yeah.
I saw the presentation for it. It's all very,
I feel like Dance Central is more. I don't know.
It's more established.
Yeah, right? Is it more marketable than Disney though?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I don't think so. I was thinking that originally, but then I thought, wait, it's Disney.
It is
like, as soon as you put those dancing brooms on screen, everyone knows what you're talking about.
I guess it's so weird to me though. Like thinking back, like Fantasia was a box office failure. Like no one liked it. Like I don't know. Has that since grown into like its own cultural?
Well, I mean, it got a sequel. It got Fantasia 2000. Remember?
It did, and I saw that Steve Martin's in it. So
they still play Fantasia stuff at Disneyland's.
Oh yeah, like maybe it's just in the intervening 70 years, like people are like, you know what, we were wrong as a people. Like Walt Disney's vision.
So it's like a Wind Waker
dinosaurs.
thing and a Luigi's Mansion effect.
Exactly. Like everyone eventually came around, but back in the 40s, everyone kind of went, I don't want.
So just another example of everyone's just an asshole.
Yeah. What's wrong with y'all 40s moviegoers? I don't know. But okay. Citizen Kane didn't win Best Picture. Like what? What's going on? How Green Was My Valley? Are you serious? Anyway, sorry.
That's maximum cinema snob right there, dude.
Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah. Harmonix is making something cool, and I hope it turns out. But we'll see.
Another real short one. The year of Luigi continues.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
I thought it was over. They announced it in February, and it's been a year.
February 14th. Yeah. Yep.
So
There you go. I'm promoting Year Luigi right now with this case again.
Yeah, who's
There you
excited?
go.
Come on, we were all
Yeah,
like,
Luigi.
"Oh man, the best year of our life is gone."
Go,
That's
Luigi.
not true.
he's in this game, but that's his brother. I don't know. I got nothing right near me.
Wait, everyone show Super Mario World. Is that what we're doing?
Oh
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
not
again.
again.
Super Mario World.
Here, I'm gonna show Luigi's Mansion instead. There we go.
I don't
Pull
have
up your
Super Mario
copies.
World with me. It's over there.
All right.
Mario.
This is Brittany's copy again. This isn't even mine. I could have both. I could two fists. All right. Luigi. He's still here.
March 18th. I guess they must have something Luigi themed planning to come out.
Well,
Next
there's
month.
that Club Nintendo statue.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they have at least one more actual thing.
Oh,
'cause
well,
that-
there's the NES Remix 2 that comes with Super Luigi Bros.
Okay, what is
maybe that's it.
like in this paragraph that Nintendo posted or whatever, Shigeru Miyamoto, I think, it's like from this date on, the Year of Luigi community and its developers room will sadly no longer accept new posts or comments. Where is this community? Is that like a Miiverse
On Miiverse,
thing?
yeah, it's on Miiverse.
There's like I need to. What's going on there? Just fan art? Like
I don't
Pretty
know.
much, yeah.
Yeah, but you missed out.
oh, it's gone now.
It's
You're saying-
still there. It's still you've still
But
got
they're
like
not
2
accepting
weeks.
anything anymore.
I think
Oh, okay.
you've got like 2 weeks, I think, still before it goes away.
So all the feedback that fans were giving, they're no longer taking those into consideration. That also never happened.
Yeah.
Continues to cheer for the Green Brother. What a weird thing. I don't know why they decided to make a theme for last year, but this year.
Because it just happened that Luigi was in a bunch of games that were coming out.
So there's like, hey, let's try to make that a thing. Let's
They
do
also actually there's one part of let me get the paragraph up that was interesting to me. Hang on, let me quickly read it.
it. Okay. Almost a year has passed since I announced the Year of Luigi.
So where was on Miiverse? Yeah, they say this isn't the one. This is another weird one. By the way, as a means of bringing closure to the Year of Luigi, I would like to ask you to leave a comment for Luigi in this post. Please post only one comment per person. What? What? Ah.
They'll do a year in Luigi Memoriam at the end.
Well, they're passing
That's
all
clearly
these
what's
on
gonna
to
happen.
the real Luigi. Like, I don't know what they're implying with that.
They could do what they've done at E3 before and have like Charles Martinet read out things.
Yeah, they did that last year.
We're gonna have him read every single comment. That would be hilarious.
You'd be surprised.
But he's gonna do the Parthenax voice, and it's really weird.
Well,
It's like, whoa. Okay, Luigi continues. What else? We also have more Nintendo news, right? Let's, do you want to jump right in on that? Nintendo UK?
or is that the thing that you were waiting to talk to about the end? I guess this would be the end.
No, sorry,
What?
I did skip a story, but I thought it was the big story, right? So,
Right. No. You thought correct.
Okay.
So, Irrational Games dissolved.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's the
Saving
smaller
big
story?
for the end, okay? I'm saving
I'm
the
sorry.
big story for the end.
I told you I was right on this one.
Sorry to tip our hand. I thought, the closure of a legendary game studio was pretty crazy.
Is it legendary? Is it really?
It's legendary, and that's
it's
pretty
pretty
crazy,
legendary.
but it's not the big news of the week.
Okay, just System Shock 2, that goes back quite a while. Like narrative
Was that
games
still
and stuff.
irrational? I thought that was something else.
What?
I'm looking that up. Hang on.
Alright, well, I got it on Steam. I can take a look. But
Anyway, yeah.
Never mind, you are right. They
Ken
did release.
Levine-
They did
Yeah.
do that.
So this was pretty
this
crazy.
is the only story this week where I literally went, "Holy shit, this is crazy!" Brittany, guess what just happened? And she was like, what? And I was like, Irrational Games is done. And I was like, oh, okay.
So
and went on with her life.
Basically, yeah. Let's summarize what's going on. Irrational Games closed down. Ken Levine put out a post saying, he wants to do smaller stuff. He doesn't want to do big AAA games anymore. So basically, 2K was like, okay, well then we're closing down Irrational, but we want to put out whatever you want to do next. So you and a small team can stay here and we'll publish your next game. But everyone else is out of the job. I'm trying to. What was the group? Was it 15 or 50 people that he hung on to?
I heard 12.
It's like a real small.
I'm going to the Irrational because the full article's on Irrational Games.
I heard 10 to 12 people. So.
Holy crap! They did SWAT 4. I didn't know that.
System Shock 2, both Freedom Force games, Tribes Vengeance, SWAT 4, and Bioshock 1 and Infinite. Wiki actually says it is 15 remaining members.
15, yeah. I knew something
about 15 members of the Irrational team. There's no great way to lay people off, and our first turn is to make sure that people who are leaving here have as much support as we can give them during this transition. So, yeah. Smaller scale stuff.
He mentions he wants to do narrative-focused games that also have high replayability. So I don't know what that is.
To me. That sounds kind of neat. I don't know what that'll look like, but and I guess they finished their Burial at Sea thing, so episode 2 of that is going to come out, and that'll be the last thing they ever do.
Did they say they finished it, or did they say once that's done, this is happening?
Oh, sorry, is putting the finishing touches. So before they dissolve their.
So that's the last thing they're doing.
Yeah.
But no, and I was hearing things from other people mentioning like developers there were posting on Twitter like that day, I'm looking for a job, so they like almost didn't know about this till the day of.
Yeah, that's kind of crappy.
It seems oddly fast, and it's also, I find it kind of weird that it was Ken Levine himself making this statement and not. I guess he's the company head, wouldn't he have been of Irrational?
Technically, he is. Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know. He's also working on that Logan's Run movie, which, having finally seen the 70s one, that's a really weird, kind of great potential thing.
So I guess the question is, Bioshock Infinite must have not done that well enough.
Bioshock Infinite was like a problematic project to begin with, remember?
Yeah,
right. I think I read like 4 million units sold.
That sounds good to me, but
that is good. But keep in mind, AAA development nowadays, you need to sell like at least 5.
And I also
remember Square Enix said the Tomb Raider reboot was a commercial failure, and it sold at least 2 million.
Right.
I thought it sold 5, and they were disappointed with that.
I heard
a lot of people were linking to Lee Alexander's article on Gamma Sutra about this. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I had heard that she had mentioned that Bioshock, the first one, had sold the same amount as Bioshock Infinite, and the install base was incredibly smaller. That many years ago, only on one console.
Oh, you're saying so it should have been exponentially way bigger, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah. So
sorry, you're right. I think the Tomb Raider thing, it was like 5 million was what they were looking at as like we needed to hit that, and we didn't, and people were looking at that as like a really weirdly high bar to set. But yeah, okay. But yeah, big development stuff. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I've just gotten really used to Irrational Games being a thing, and now it isn't anymore. So I thought that was a big story, but I was wrong. And I apologize for getting into it before it was ready. But Sean, what's going on? What's the
real story is that Cranky Kong is tweeting on the Nintendo Twitter account.
Oh man, that's so crazy. What's he talking about? Like
he's
hang out?
He's posting pictures of memes.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I saw tweeted today. Was him trying to do a meme.
Oh.
It was pretty bad.
What do you mean, like already established ones? Like
like those photo ones where it's like, all right, we're gonna use impact font. Here's a thing on top and a thing on bottom.
Yeah.
They were doing a parody of that.
So it was like a banana or something, and then it had funny.
It was a picture of Cranky Kong. I don't even remember what the hell it said, honestly.
It was something like, did I meme correctly or something like that?
Yes, that sounds right.
And the answer is no. Like that's just.
I've actually heard that game is fantastic.
It probably is. It's getting good reviews. It's just that's a sad marketing thing. I didn't know that was going on. But hey, pogoing on stuff.
Speaking of sad marketing things, and by sad I mean the best news of the week, Nintendo UK announced the Nintendo Girls Club on YouTube.
What? Oh man. Sorry for again, but what's going on with that? That sounds like a totally great, totally.
They got this girl, Georgie Porter, talking about all your favorite Nintendo games, which seems to just be anything first party and Lego Friends stuff.
Not even like Style Masters or anything like that they specifically market to females.
Right. There is a trailer here for New Style Boutique.
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple New Style Boutique. Brittany gives the thumbs down to this endeavor seen on screen.
All right, our female correspondent has chimed in, and
with
it's a no.
Chimed in with her hand.
Joaquin Phoenix, no, just not having it. Animal Crossing, now that's a good game. They got an ad
you
for it.
can watch her talk about her first venture into Animal Crossing.
Hey, and Professor Layton, the Miracle Mask. That's one of Sean's favorites, right? It's a good game.
The Miracle Mask? I wasn't a huge fan of that one.
But
Professor Layton I love, but
yeah.
I'm not saying the games they're pointing out are bad. I'm just saying, like, fantastic. Look, now we finally got the girls can play video games now.
Girl gamer market finally cornered.
Girls can play video games now. Nintendo gives you permission. That's weird.
Well, Nintendo, with the help of Georgie Porter, who I watched a bit of her video, and I don't like her voice.
Okay.
I don't find her funny.
I'm not going to watch it right now, but okay.
You sure you don't want to watch it right now?
I could, but the audio will spill onto the mic, and it'll sound real bad. It'll just be weird sounding.
That's true.
So, great. Nintendo.
Oh, man, a Nintendo 3DS unboxing with Mandy from 3 days ago.
Shit.
We can find out what's in that box.
I bet you it's one of these.
Oh, well, I don't know, man. This is 3 days ago. You probably don't even have one of these yet.
Oh, maybe.
Sorry, just Nintendo 3DS UK is a channel, but initially I just read it as Nintendo 3D Suck, and it's weird. I don't know. That's their official thing. I thought it was someone made a parody account, but it's real. So whatever. Check out Nintendo.
I think I saw that in the chat too. Someone else in the chat said the same thing.
3 3DSs.
Why are her friends there?
Because it's a 3DS.
What? Okay. Great. Nintendo has nailed it.
They've done it. They've solved the gender gap.
What is that? What was that bad Ubisoft initiative?
I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but the first thing in that box is all your manuals. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Did they look at all the manuals?
Oh no, sorry. She's gonna go into the manuals in a minute. Hold your horses. I know you're excited.
Wait, what was that? What was that game?
I'm not watching any more of this.
For Ubisoft, they had kind of an initiative along this line of like, hey,
what?
We have like Ubisoft was sponsoring like a game team, like a
you mean
group
Frag
of girls.
Dolls?
The Frag Dolls.
Frag Dolls, and they also had Frag Dolls UK.
Yeah, so there's precedent for this as a weird thing that keeps happening.
But Frag Dolls is like a group of like professional gamers, or like they play competitive games.
Well, whatever. Maybe Georgie plays competitive, Animal Crossing.
All right, I'm just pointing out Victor the Penguin in the
fishing
chat
contest.
Clearly not for you, Sean. Is a girl's thing. I'd like to point out that we had top-down perspective female correspondent. It's not a girl's thing either. So I don't know, like, that's 2 thumbs down.
Yeah, 2 thumbs down from the same person. You're not supposed to do that, really, but I think it's a reiteration of it. It's like recap. Anyway, we'll check this channel out later. Maybe it's great.
So we'll get some first-hand impressions next week. We can expect that.
Yeah, we'll get a write-up from our correspondent.
Yep.
She seems thrilled.
Do you want to do a write-up about this whole thing? Sorry. All right. That's that. Let's move on to the question part of the show.
All right, let's go to emails.
Yay.
Nathan, where did they write in their questions?
Well, there's a bunch of places, but it seems a good one is at TDP Podcast, the Twitter account. That's a popular destination. But we could also go to the Facebook page, just top-down perspective on there. Or you could check us out via Gmail. That's kind of weird, but we probably have a Google Plus page because of that, don't we? Does that just happen automatically?
I don't know, but did you even say what our email account was?
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's topdownperspective@gmail.com. And hey, write us reviews on iTunes, and
Are we beating EverQuest yet?
EverQuest? No, I don't know about EverQuest.
It was RuneScape.
Sorry, RuneScape. My mistake.
I don't think so. So,
we got an uphill battle.
We got that 6-year-old RuneScape podcast really brings it every week. Or at least it did 7 years ago. So
they just brought it a lot, and we're still just fighting uphill for it.
Yeah, trying to catch up. That's the brass ring right there, RuneScape podcast. So, hey, share some thoughts on.
And people in the chat, feel free to send us some questions, and we might pick some from there as well.
Yes.
I'll
YouTube channel.
I'll read this first one. It's from Devin. He says, "Hey, random question, but have any of you ever played a TurboGrafx 16?"
Sure have.
Is it awesome?
Oh. It's got a lot of good spaceship shooter games if you're into that. So I recommend it for that.
My favorite genre is spaceship shooter.
Cool. You'd love Radiant Silvergun then, I guess. That's one, right?
Yep. Or shmup. You can just call it a shmup.
Shmups. I don't think I ever have played a TurboGrafx 16. I know they emulated some stuff on the Wii, right? That was one of the things.
And I guess by proxy, the Wii. Actually, it's not even on the Wii U, I don't think. Now that I think about it.
Bonk. Was he one of the big characters?
Yep, that was one of Hudson's mascots. Because Hudson Soft made the TurboGrafx 16, so Bomberman and Bonk were big mascots.
Okay.
I think the last Hudson game I played was that Shadow thing.
Oh, Lost in Shadow?
Lost in Shadow. And I don't think Hudson Soft is a company anymore now that
they technically exist, but they got turned into a part of Konami. They got absorbed by Konami, and then now they do cell phone games only.
Sweet. I don't know if I played it. I may have played one a couple weekends ago back at Rockage, but I don't think I've ever...
Is there anything distinctive about the gamepad or something? Would I know if I played one? 2
buttons on it like the NES controller, but they have turbo switches on them.
Okay.
The games are little, tiny rectangular floppy disks.
Okay.
I definitely saw one of these there. Did not play anything on it.
Mm.
Yeah. So there you go. TurboGrafx. I guess if you... I don't know. I'm not liable to see one in the near future, so who knows. But yeah. Next question, I guess, from Lucas. I just got a 3DS XL, and I'm looking for some games. I haven't had a handheld since the GBA, so I'm a couple of generations behind, which means I'm looking to catch up and get the best of the DS/3DS. I already have 3D Land, Link Between Worlds, and Okami Den. Well, that's kind of a weird deep cut there, so that's cool. What recommendations?
Yeah, he's got some great ones. So we're doing DS and 3DS. Oh man,
so 999 is pretty good.
Top down respective 2011 Game of the Year.
I think it came out in 2010 here.
No, I'm talking about
Ghost Trick.
Oh, sure. Ghost Trick, that is a place to play it, although if you have an iOS device...
It's cheaper on iOS. A lot of the DS games now are cheaper on iOS. Phoenix Wright's great.
World Ends With You is great.
World Ends With You is great, also on iOS.
Yeah.
Professor Layton is not on iOS. Even if you find something with Layton in the title, don't play it.
Get that. Yeah, that's
Don't pick that up. It's not very fun.
How do you guys in a post Link Between Worlds? Oh, sorry, was I?
I was gonna say the Professor Layton games are fantastic. So
okay, start with the first one, I guess. Really, right?
If you can find it.
Curious Village, is it rare now, or?
I think I've seen those in Walmart still.
I've seen Unwound Future. That's it.
Unwound Future shows up a lot, but you might as well start at the beginning. They haven't really changed the format much, and I like that first one a whole lot, just the setting and everything. But sorry, I was gonna say, do you think Spirit Tracks and what was the other one? Phantom Hourglass? Do those hold up? Do you think? I know John never liked the control scheme.
I hated that control scheme. I heard it was tweaked a bit in Spirit Tracks, so I should give Spirit Tracks a shot. But
right. It's just if you've gotten used to Link Between Worlds, there's not a lot of parallels there in terms of how you're playing that game. But if you like dungeons and stuff and that art style, I thought Phantom Hourglass was pretty entertaining when I eventually got around to it. But that one's maybe a bit of
they're fine. You could try those out.
Personal preference thing, your mileage may vary on that.
I'm just thinking about it. A lot of my favorite DS games are all story heavy. Actually, that's not true. I was going to say Hotel Dusk is really great, but I'm thinking
Yeah.
Elite Beat Agents is fantastic.
I don't know. That's got an intricate story. You know, like something happens and then
That guy needs to
that
do his
dude's
homework.
like,
Dude,
oh,
that Christmas episode,
So good. That is the best
so
part of that
good.
whole
It is
game.
it is the best part of that game.
It's Chicago, I think, is the band's. It's just like, you're the meaning in my life.
It's so good. Like
Yeah, I can't sing.
they
but
perform
it's-
miracles. Those guys are incredible.
They saved Christmas. It was
I'm
amazing.
trying to think of maybe like 3DS games now. What's a really
Well, I mean, 3D Land and Link Between Worlds, those are some big hitters right there.
Yeah.
Like, Animal Crossing, if you like what that sounds like, but it's a very long-term thing.
Luigi's Mansion, New Super Mario Brothers 2, Kid Icarus Uprising, Mario Kart 7.
Wait, did you say
like-
New Super Mario Bros. 2?
Yeah.
You're
No.
wrong.
No, don't do that.
Don't listen to John. That is a bad answer.
There's coins in it, but
I mean, if you're looking for a game,
He's not
a
he's
video
not
game.
asking for, hey TDP, can you please tell me what games are on this system?
He's kind of asking for the creme de la creme of the last two generations.
look, Mario 2 was all right, and he's already got the better game anyways.
Is that like top tier? Like it sounds
Yeah,
like maybe
so don't make him go backwards.
some Mario and Luigi stuff. You know, if you played that
He might
first
be.
one.
They might be a fan of the new Super Mario Brothers games. You never know.
Okay,
I don't do it.
I'm putting
Don't
an
do that to
asterisk
yourself.
next to your answer with.
You know what? You know what dawned on me today?
Yeah.
So all the new Super Mario Bros. Games, except maybe the first one, suck. They're awful. Adding that new is it's a bad idea. The next Yoshi's Island that comes out is called Yoshi's New Island.
It is. It is called that.
So that
At
means
least
the
it's not
first
called
game in the
New Yoshi's
franchise.
Island.
That means the first game in the franchise will be great. So this will be a great game, and then anything past that will suck.
Well, do they suck or is it just they?
I don't think they suck.
Like
honestly.
some of the level design
I
is
think
actually
they're
kind of
good.
okay.
I think they're okay games, but the 3D games are better.
For sure. There's no
I feel
question.
like just the difference in that quality is so great. It's like, what are you even doing? And how are there 4 of these?
It's because they're separate teams. Like it's the Galaxy team that works on all the 3D ones, and it's I think the core Nintendo team that works on the.
I guess to be fair, we have 2 Galaxy games and we have 2 3D World games, 3D World, 3D Land. So there's 4 of each. So that's okay. I will admit
wait.
that we're getting a lot of the good ones too.
So he could play just the first one, and if he likes it, keep going. Because he hasn't even played that because he missed
Oh,
that
that's true.
generation.
That's true. He could get the original, just new Super Mario Brothers, and like.
Yeah,
then-
see how you like it.
You've played the best 3DS/DS Mario game.
But
Why
they're
go
different.
back? Why
It's like
go back
if
at
you
all?
have
Sometimes
Mario
you want to play a 2D game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
some
2D games are
points.
fine, but why would you go back to an inferior game? Like, just don't look back. If it's
You
crap.
can't compare the two. That's the thing. You can't compare the two. They're different genres.
All I'm saying, what? No, they're platformers.
3D,
2D
2D platformers are
versus
different
2D
enough.
platformer.
They're
I
different
think that's
enough.
close enough.
I think they're different enough.
All I'm saying is that every
Z-axis.
single Mario game must be compared to every single other Mario game.
Okay, so compared to Mario is missing.
Yeah, right? So, Mario Kart 7 is great.
So Mario Kart DS though was also great, but which is one you want? Do you want the latest?
Mario
one?
Kart DS is really good. Block Fort's in there. That's the best course they've ever made for multiplayer.
Okay.
So,
Regular Pokemon Extra Wise, well, if you're going to move for an RPG, Bravely Default is definitely
Yeah,
good.
it sounds like that's a recent.
I'm trying to think if there's
Good one.
better RPGs.
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Fire Emblem Awakening is fantastic. That was Top Down Perspective's Community Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
If
I'm
you're
just
into,
looking
if
over.
you think you're into the Monster Hunter games, you can get Monster Hunter 3 Portable, or Ultimate is what it's called, but you can get a portable version, which you can also play on your Wii U if you have it.
Final
How about
Fantasy 3
Is Theatrhythm worth it?
Yeah, no, I like Theatrhythm.
I never
Okay.
played it.
It's good. I streamed it last night, actually.
There you go. So it's another classic. I'm trying to think. Like, there had to have been more stuff I played in the DS era that I was way into.
I have a ton of DS games. I'm just trying to think what they are.
I'm just like
Rhythm Heaven.
Castlevania?
Rhythm Heaven's really good. It's the worst Rhythm Heaven, but it's still great.
Yeah. Was it Portrait of Rune or something? Was that it? Was
Yeah,
that
that's
a
a game.
Castlevania
Yeah,
game?
Castlevania
That-
Portrait of Rune.
That was
Alright,
one I really
that's
liked
a
on
ton.
there.
I have a bunch from the chat. Let's go on.
Dawn of Sorrow. Don't play Metroid on there. It's not the best. Anyway, okay. Let's move on, I guess. Is there any?
Oh, that reminds me of the Castlevania games on the DS. Sorry.
yeah, exactly.
pick
I was
those
like, Portrait of Rune is pretty great.
How do I make? I want to look at this. Why isn't the Google Hangout working?
I know there's one about the
you keep
Transformers
drinking-
games. Sorry, I saw one in the chat. Sorry if I can't credit who it was, but they were asking like, how do we feel about the new Transformers games?
The one
I don't
that
know if
the one that got announced like in the past week.
Is that the one specifically? They're not saying Fall of Cybertron and stuff because I heard those were cool.
On the DS?
They're referring to the one that got announced like,
we're
within the past week
we're
or
past
two.
DS stuff now. I'm moving on to chat questions.
What's the chat question? Oh, how do we feel about Transformers games? Oh, okay.
Transformers games, yeah.
Right.
Is the
I
new
played
one
a bit
looking-
of... What was the one before Fall of Cybertron?
War on Cybertron.
Or-
Played a little bit of that. I did not care for it.
Oh, okay. And those are the ones I heard were the best ones.
If you like Gears of War style games, apparently they're pretty good. High Moon are the guys that did it. They did the Deadpool game.
I don't recall it. It's not a cover-based shooter.
A lot of people were drawing comparisons to Gears of War from what I had heard, so I don't know. That's all I had to go on.
You're right. Like, there's not cover in it that you can take cover behind, but dudes are taking cover. It's kind of weird. But
Well,
it's a third-person shooter.
Yeah, maybe they're just more like third-person shooter.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent towards that one. I am curious about Fall of Cybertron though, but it's still a full $60 on Steam, so I'm just kind of wish listing it and waiting for the time to strike. Michael in the chat asked, "What Kingdom Hearts games have you guys played?"
I had that one yet.
The original.
I played like 10 hours of the original, and then that Ursula fight underwater was stupid, so I stopped playing that game.
I actually played a bit of the HD remake of the first one this week. However, it was like kind of a weird circumstance, so I didn't get into it because I have no intention to play any more of it. But it's not because I don't like it. I won't elaborate. I played the first two. I played Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2. And then all the side story stuff started happening, like 358 divided by 2 days, and like Chain of Memories.
That's one, yeah. That was the Game Boy Advance one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And then it got
they
released on
remade
the
that
PS2.
one. Exactly. Like, it just got kind of sidetracked in this weird way. I was just like, just phone me when Kingdom Hearts 3 is announced. And then they did last May. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. I'll buy that one. That's the next one. Cool.
Comment asked,
Done.
and I lost the full wording of the thing because this client is weird. But he asked something like, is there a chance we might get a Spoiling Games for VLR or Bravely Default?
Well, two of the group are playing.
Traditionally, when we do
Default,
a spoil cast, I'm not in them.
Well, that's because you haven't played
could
the
be.
game, but you could be in a Bravely Default one if you were
That is
interested.
true. That is
If you
true.
finish the game, and I'll finish it for sure.
Yeah, you
if
have
they-
to.
We could do one if you're interested.
And I'm at a point where I've invested enough time in it that I should probably finish it.
That's true. That's almost 2 days of your life. You're not getting those back, so you might as well show that game who's boss.
Okay.
Because if you stop playing it, the game wins, and
I don't think that's how that works.
that's how it works. As soon as you're done with that game, you snap it in half. Just like
Never again.
game, you destroy it, because otherwise it thinks it's better than you.
You keep what you kill? What? I don't.
Yeah, no, you're right. After you snap it in half, then you eat it.
Yeah.
And that's how you
And you
that's how
get
you
its
hold it
power.
forever. Yeah,
It's life
that's how
force.
you exactly. How else are you going to contain it forever?
Mm-hmm.
So
You
That's
eat
what I
it to gain
heard.
its powers.
yeah, that's the only way.
Mm-hmm.
And then VLR, only Nathan's played that. So
I know. Like, we could do a 999 one, which would be really funny to do 4 years
so
later.
old. And once I get to VLR, that'll also be pretty old.
You're right. But, man, I still love the idea of, like, 999, it finally, the definitive, word on it. But, I don't know. It seems kind of out of its,
I guess if enough people are interested in either of those, like, speak up and we'll take them into consideration.
Sure.
I guess, okay, well, last question, just similar to the VLR. Pikmin Rock 1 says, how do you feel about the next Zero Escape game being a long ways away?
I've actually been reading up on that story. Yeah, the director of both of them has kind of been posting that they just have not been selling very well. At least, especially in Japan. Like, so there's a strong possibility they just simply won't happen soon. He says he really wants to do it, though, so it seems a matter of time. A lot of people are saying Kickstarter and stuff, but
Yeah.
he doesn't want to look into that unless he has to, I guess. Or I just don't think he wants to do that way. But I don't know. It definitely made me feel bad, though, because I started thinking, it was like, oh, wait, I waited on 999 so long that I had to buy it used, so they made no money. And then it was on Plus, the sequel, so they also made no money. So I don't know. It's just like, sorry guys, like I am a fan, but I have in no way helped this situation. So I hope they make another one, because I'll buy that one. You know, third time's the charm, maybe. But yeah, it's kind of weird. In fact, what's that game you bought last week, John? That weird
Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc.
Yeah, I bought that because I was like, I'm gonna support Spike Chunsoft or whatever. But it's like imported by a different company. It's Nippon Ichisoft, so Axis has still been getting screwed over here. So I don't know.
Wait, it's not out. It's not out in America.
What?
Whatever that game's name is.
Oh, Trigger Happy Havoc.
It is.
There's two of them though. That was kind of the
well,
weird
you said
thing.
import, so I thought you were importing it. But you mean,
no, they're
like,
importing. Like,
translating.
I mean, translating. Yeah, that's what I mean. Anyway.
And I guess my opinion is it sucks that it's taken a while, but I'm not even done the start of the second one, so I guess that's kind of good for me. But just in general, like, that sucks for the fans.
Yeah, I hope it gets to happen though, because there's some interesting ideas in that franchise. But yeah, hopefully.
Actually, okay, I actually do want to take one more. This one's from
Okay.
Victor the Penguin. Opinions on Arkham Origins Blackgate being announced for consoles and PC, knowing that they won't fix the bugs in Arkham Origins.
Oh, I did see that. They're
Kind of-
different
well,
games though.
They're different companies.
Like
I think-
different developers, right?
Yeah, this was made by Armature. These are guys that were from Retro Studios. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's kind of lame on Warner Brothers' perspective. Like, why wouldn't they patch up their other game or something? But they're completely different things. Like, it's a side-scrolling, like, is it Metroidvania style?
Yeah, I
don't
believe
guess.
so.
Yeah, I played a bit of the Vita version at E3 last year, and the combat seemed to be intact in that game. So, could be cool. I don't know. That game being available on more platforms is probably a good idea. Although it kind of got lukewarm reception, didn't it?
Pretty
I thought
much.
it was like
It got a slightly worse reception than Origins itself did.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of lame just how they're treating Origins in general. Was that another game that just didn't hit sales expectations or something?
Probably not.
Dropping it.
I didn't like that game, really.
I know
played
most
most
people
of
are
it.
waiting to see what Rocksteady does again.
Exactly. Like, I petered out on it too, because it's just like, this is just not as good. Like, it's okay, but it's not the thing. So they kind of deserved a not huge hit with that game.
One thing I wanted to bring up, because I had forgot they were different companies as well. Even if they were the same company, they could probably make more money out of putting out a different game than just fixing one, because no one's sitting there going, well, I'm not going to play Origins until it's fixed. I'm not going to buy it until they fix those bugs.
What was it, like save data bugs or something? Like, what was
Something
the major...
like that. There's a bunch of weird random glitches in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just seems like an apples and oranges kind of thing. They both say Batman on them though, so I could see why it's comparable in some way. But yeah, more people get to play Blackgate in theory.
And that takes place after Origins, so I mean, that's why I haven't played Blackgate yet. Because like, yeah, this takes place after the storyline of Origins. Like, oh, well then I don't want to play it out of order.
Yeah, maybe I'll finish Origins someday.
Because odds are, if I play Blackgate, I'm not going to play Origins.
Games of the week.
Games of the week. Well,
Out of my whopping one choice, Bravely Default.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I know.
Kind of out of nowhere.
Shocking people.
Yeah.
The Titanfall Beta.
Okay. That only existed for like a week, so now it's gone. Can I say Twitch plays?
I was going to say, that's totally what you're going to say, isn't it?
Because, like, it was kind of the most amazing thing that was going on, but, yeah, like, I mean, I like threes, and Zero Escape's kind of in a weird place right now, so can I say Pokemon Red?
But you didn't play Pokemon Red.
I might have.
played for like 10 seconds.
I might have.
And then watched 30,000, like 80,000 other people.
You said 5%, and I put in probably like 20 inputs, so one of them...
What? What are you doing?
I'm just sitting there watching some Pokemon.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I don't care.
All right, Pokemon Red, Twitch edition.
You did it. You
That's
did it,
good.
Twitch Plays Pokemon. You finally won the awards you deserve.
Yeah, Nathan's Game of the Week on Top Down Perspective Podcast. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks everybody. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
With another one of
It'll
these.
still be February, but like barely. So that's cool.
Yep.
That's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Correct. All right, see you later,
iTunes,
everybody.
YouTube,
See you guys then.
Twitter, Facebook, yeah.
All that stuff.